Today we're going to be talking about lesson 8.2 on volumes of cones. So here you can see that the cones come to the top, point at the top like a pyramid, but they have a round or circular base. So to find the volume of a cone, we're going to use this 1/3 times the area of the base times the height of the cone to find the volume of the cone. So when we are looking at this, remember that the area of the base is pi r squared. That's how we find the area of a circle. So as we plug in this information, we have 1/3 times pi times the radius, which is 6 squared, times the height of 15. Now we can do the best simplifying that we can before working out our multiplication and division. So we know that 1/3 of 15 is 5. So pi times 6 squared is 36, times 1/3 of 15 is 5. 36 times 5 is 180 pi. So we can take 180 and multiply by 3.14. Keep in mind that you're rounding to the nearest tenth. When we multiply 180 times 3.14, we end up with an answer of 565.2 centimeters cubed, since we're talking about volume. Now, using number 2, we are given the volume. So we are going to try to solve for the missing piece. So again, 1/3 pi r squared times the height. We know the volume is 7,200. We know that the radius is 15, and we are missing the height. So we can start by simplifying. 15 squared is 225 times the height. Now, 1/3 of 225 is 75. So we have pi times 75 times the height is equal to that 7,200. Now, when we multiply 75 times 3.14, we get 235.5. So 7,200 equals 235.5 times the height. Now, since these two terms are being multiplied, we divide to find the missing piece. So go ahead and divide 7,200 by 235.5. When you divided, you should have ended up with 30.57. Keep in mind that we're rounding to the nearest tenth, so height is equal to 30.6 yards. Now, as we look at number 3, it says the sand falls at a rate of 60 cubic millimeters per second. How much time do you have to answer the question? So we need to find the volume of the sand. So again, volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times h. Now, we're only looking at the portion that is made up of sand. So the radius of that portion is 10, and the height of that portion is 24. So go ahead and solve for the volume now. Now that you've found the volume, your work should look something similar to this, and you should have found the volume to be 2,512 millimeters cubed. If the sand falls at 60 cubic millimeters per second, how much time would we have to answer the question? So we're going to take the volume and divide by 60. So 2,512 divided by 60. As we are dividing here, we are at 41.86, and we are going to realize or find out that this 6 is going to keep repeating. So what would I say? How much time would we have to answer the question? We would have about 42 seconds. So unless it asks you to for a specific place, I would accept about 42 seconds or 41.9 seconds would be great. For number 4, it says the height of the sand in the timer is 12 millimeters and the radius is 5. How much time do we have to answer the question? So they are changing the dimensions and asking us to solve with the new dimensions. So again, go ahead and try this on your own and then check back with me when you're finished to see if you have the correct answer. The volume of the new amount of sand should be 314 millimeters cubed. So again, we can plug in the information to our formula and solve. Now we would take that 314 and divide by 60. Again, this would be a repeating decimal. So we have 5.23 with a 3 repeating. So this would be about 5 seconds is how much time we would have to answer this question.